June is a month that's known for games, but with regards to their announcement and reveal at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. In terms of releases, the month may be looking a little bare, but never fear. There are still some great games across all formats and genres for you to enjoy, regardless if you're a hardcore MMORPG player, Switch owner, or simply looking to revisit some PlayStation classics. Let's take a look at the top 10 games to play in June 2017. ARMS. Sometimes known as ARMS, but ARMS in all caps sounds so much better. Another party title for the Switch, ARMS lets players effectively box against each other, but with spring-loaded slinky arms. The Joy-Con controllers allow for motion-controlled boxing, and it's even possible to execute twisting strikes and hooks, thus giving more definition to your strikes. Of course, those uninterested in Joy-Con controls can still play the game with the standard controller. ARMS arrives on June 16th for the Nintendo Switch, and has received favorable impressions leading up to its release. Now let's see how much of that translates to sales. Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. A storm is coming to Final Fantasy XIV with its next big expansion, Stormblood. Releasing on June 20th for PS4 and PC, Stormblood will take place in Alamigo and Doma as players work to free them from the Garland Empire. There's tons of new content in store, from new jobs like the Red Mage, to new dungeons, new exploration features like swimming and diving, a new high-level raid called the Bend of Time Omega, and a new Alliance raid, Return to Ivalice. You can also look forward to combat improvements, more inventory space, and of course, an increased level cap from 60 to 70. Next MACHINA. From the studio behind Resogun and Alienation comes another twin-stick top-down shooter called Next MACHINA. This isn't your usual Smash TV Robotron shooter. Next MACHINA is actually being developed with Eugene Jarvis as creative consultant, thus taking his experience with the former two classics into account. Next MACHINA will return to a more simplified shooter setup as compared to Alienation, so when it arrives on June 20th, it's just a matter of mowing down waves of foes to save humanity. Crash Bandicoot N.SANE Trilogy. Rumored for a long time and finally ready to release, Crash Bandicoot N.SANE Trilogy features remasters of the first three games, Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, and Warped. The classic mechanics have been enhanced with improved visuals, 4K resolution support, remastered audio, and new features like manual and auto-saving, unified checkpoints, time trials, and more. Getting 3 classic Naughty Dog platformers for the price of 1 is a pretty good deal. We'll find out how they play on June 30th when the N.SANE Trilogy releases for PS4. Dirt 4. Dirt 4 will satisfy your urge for rallying, because that's what Codemasters does best. 5 locations including Fitzroy in Australia, Tarragona in Spain, Michigan in the United States, and many more will be available to race around. There will also be an interesting new feature called Your Stage that procedurally creates rally stages to race around, and will also create the tracks in career mode. With an FIA World Rallycross Championship license, multiplayer, and the return of Dirt 3's Joyride, there will be plenty to do in Dirt 4 when it releases on June 6th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. WIPEOUT Omega Collection. Were you more of an F-Zero guy through the mid-90s to early 2000s, then you probably missed out on that other futuristic racer, WIPEOUT, that introduced anti-gravity mechanics and a fairly attractive 3D design. WIPEOUT will be coming back though, courtesy of the Omega Collection on June 6th. This will include WIPEOUT HD and WIPEOUT 2048 remastered with 4K support, and with 2 previously missing teams, Tigron and Van Uber, returning for those who pre-order in WIPEOUT HD. Again, if futuristic racing is your thing, then WIPEOUT Omega Collection is worth picking up. Tekken 7. Promising a darker tale with Akuma from Street Fighter in an important role, Tekken 7 is the long-awaited follow-up in the classic fighting game series. The fated Retribution version is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC, with new mechanics like Rage Art and Rage Drive, new customization options and stages, and 38 playable characters. There's no tag team battles this time around though. When the Mishiba clan saga ends, it will be in 1v1 fights to the death. Ever Oasis. The year has been looking a little dry for exclusive 3DS titles, but Ever Oasis should fix that. As an action-adventure RPG, it revolves around the player trying to create an oasis by exploring dungeons and other mysteries in a desert. Real-time combat is your friend, and there will be puzzles to solve, fiends to fight, shops to create, and tribes to encounter against an ancient Egyptian backdrop. Ever Oasis will arrive on June 23rd for the West, and strangely enough, Japan gets it on July 13th. Valkyria Revolution. No, you didn't miss it the first time around. Valkyria Revolution, an RPG with more action elements than the Valkyria Chronicles series, released in January for PS4 and PS Vita in Japan. On June 27th, it will arrive in North America for the PS4, Xbox One, and PS Vita. What can you expect besides European industrial flavors, war, and a hybrid battle system that tinkers with squad loadouts and real-time action? Well, permadeath for your characters, but overall, a fun time. The Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. Not many MMORPGs have made a comeback like the Elder Scrolls Online, going from a subscription-based limited game to a one-time purchase expansive title with freedom and lots to do. Morrowind will be a nostalgia trip for most players, taking them back to the fabled land to stop a meteor from crashing into Vivek City, participate in 4v4v4 PvP combat, and to play as the new Warden class. Currently available for PC, Morrowind will head to consoles on June 6th. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.